These are virtual reality goggles from the 1800s, which allow one to enter a three-dimensional black and white world, frozen in time. Even today, virtual reality is easy to distinguish from everyday reality. Simulated reality is different. How do we know we are not living in a simulation, running on a high-order computer? What if there is evidence of glitches in the Matrix? In 2009, Archie and his best friend and his girlfriend were attending a basketball game. Vanderbilt was playing well against the University of Florida in Gainesville. At halftime, Archie pulled out his smartphone and selected the app now known as The Score, so he could check the stats for his favorite players. They kinda looked high, the stats did. Too many free throws, and wow, those personal fouls were up there. It almost looked like the game was over. The final score was there too, 60-59 Vanderbilt. But it was still halftime. Scoreboard said the Gators were down by 11 points. Archie showed the phone to his friends. They thought it was funny. Maybe someone was hacking the app. Archie took a screenshot and forgot the whole thing. It was hot and sweaty inside the O'Connell Center. His girlfriend did not feel well. They left the arena early. No way the game would be close. The tickets were freebies anyway. Radio contest. The next day, Archie had not yet reinstalled his app, so he looked up the final score on his laptop. He must have gone pale, because his girlfriend stared at him blankly and said, "What?" It was the same score the app had predicted. She said, "Maybe the game was fixed." Archie said, "No. This is something else." He contacted the app developer. They replied by email, "As soon as this happens again, please let us know. We may be able to place a halftime bet." It's been 7 years since the glitch. It never happened again, and Archie used up 3 other phones in the meantime. But somewhere, probably on his older computer, he still has the screenshot. Who could be running the detailed computer program in which we could be living? Doctor of Philosophy David Chalmers tells us how to create artificial intelligence, or AI. Program a computer to create another computer better than itself. Then ask that computer to create another computer better than itself. Rinse and repeat until the singularity is reached. A computer that can simulate our lives. But what if we are already living in that computer simulation? Benoli had an idyllic childhood in Australia, drawing flags of different nations for history class, earning pocket money by working in the general store, exploring the woods. With his best friend Kenneth, he found a beat-up canoe and they made it their own so they could fish in the river. In Australia, because December 25th rolls around in the middle of the summer, school children know their summer vacation as the Christmas holidays. When Benoli was 9 years old, his friend Kenneth decided to take the canoe out alone for fishing in the summer. The canoe was never found, but Kenneth's body was found washed up on the shore near a tree swing. They say you must grieve for a full year when a loved one dies. Benoli went through the 4 seasons, waking up every day to remember again that Kenneth was dead. 1 year after that, his family sold the general store, which they owned, to another family member, Aunt Alice, and they moved out of town. That was 31 years ago. Benoli is a grown man, and he works as a librarian in Sydney. Last month, in 2016, Kenneth requested him as a friend on Facebook. Kenneth stayed in town. He got married. He has 2 sons and 1 daughter. None of the kids in Benoli's class died during school. Later, yes. One beautiful young woman had committed suicide. Another young man, good-natured and smart, died of a heroin overdose. Benoli did remember them, but he is still considering, seriously, whether he should accept a friend request from dead Kenneth. The other day, Benoli was watching the news on TV, and he saw an American flag. However, this was unlike the flag he drew in school. The flag he saw has 1 star for each state, 50 in all. It's not like the flag he was shown to copy in history class. The number of stars on that flag was 51. Can we communicate with those in charge of running our simulation? Beloved hypnotherapist Dolores Cannon left behind a vast body of work in hypnotic regression, not to past lives, but regression to those periods in limbo between our past lives. In these sessions, the subjects consistently channeled voices of a superior collective consciousness, which some call the Akasha. Perhaps the Akasha know the answer to the question: is reality a simulation?